Welcome to Shy773. Thank you so much for checking out my video. For those checking out my video for the first time, I just want to say welcome in. Thank you so much for viewing my video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate it. For those that have been here the whole time and all my new subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. They truly do go a long way. I also love meeting people out and about, so I was really happy to run into a few of my new subscribers. Thank you again for your subscriptions. Today's video is going to be on 4 fragrances that I purchased from Maxaroma.com, so shout out to Maxaroma. One other fragrance that I got was a free gift. So if you purchase $300 worth of fragrances, they give you an opportunity to get a free gift. That free gift that I got was Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. So this fragrance, if you've never smelled it before, is kind of an Ambroxan based fragrance. So it's a ambery, woody smell that's kind of clean and a bit dark soapy. On my skin, that's what I get, but ultimately a really nice fragrance to have, especially if it's for going to the gym. So I would probably wear something like that, either going to a gym or wearing that around someone who's very sensitive to fragrances overall. But very nice gift that I got. The first fragrance that I want to talk about is a fragrance that I was very excited about. This fragrance just came out and I have the original of it, and the original was so good, but I felt that the projection and longevity maybe needed to be a little bit more because of how sexy and sensual the fragrance was. But this fragrance is going to be from BDK, and this one is Gris Charnel's Extrait. So Gris Charnel's Extrait comes in this box, or comes in a black box, and as you open it, it has the fragrance that sits kind of in a coffin. With it being sitting in a coffin, I wanted to take it out so I wouldn't struggle with it. But here is the bottle itself. It's a fingerprint magnet. Unfortunately, I was kind of using it a lot to test, and I'm telling you, I love the way that this fragrance smells. I did not, in the beginning, I was kind of taken back because, like I said before, I do have the original, and I was doing some testing back and forth, but I can see the differences in the two of these fragrances. Where Gris Charnel is kind of light, airy, but projects, Gris Charnel Extrait is darker, a little bit smokier. It has like a deeper richness to the fragrance overall. But let me tell you the notes in the fragrance. So the notes in the fragrance include fig and tea, like it does in the original. There's notes of iris, bourbon vetiver, and cistus. I think the cistus is the new component in this. And then ultimately in the base, you're going to get sandalwood, cedar, Madagascar vanilla, Tonka bean, and Indonesian patchouli leaf, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, the patchouli leaf or the Tonka is what's new in the Extrait. So like I said before, you're getting more of this bright, dark, smoky richness in this fragrance. I have it sprayed on my hand, and like I said before, you get a lot of the fig, a little bit less of the tea, where in the original, you're getting a little bit more of a sweet fizziness. I think the fig and black tea plays a big role in the original, as opposed to more Tonka. The patchouli, I get a little bit more. And then, like I said, that cistus gives you this almost, It's like a slight smoky, little bit, not boozy, but along those lines, like a smoky booziness is what I get. But overall, beautiful fragrance. Very, very happy that I picked it up. I also don't think that if you have the original, then having the Extrait is kind of like a redundant purchase for me. I think overall, I would probably wear the original during the daytime, like some other reviewers said, and then ultimately this bad boy would be for the nighttime. Very sexy for date night, and this lasts for a long time, so I'm getting the 8 to 10 hours on this fragrance, but it does sit a little bit closer to my skin. I also don't necessarily want to overspray. I do about 3 to 4 sprays with this fragrance, where Gris Charnel, I was doing somewhere around like 6 to 8, just to keep my longevity going. And then of course, spraying it on a shirt, it's going to sit on that shirt and give you a little bit more of longevity. But overall, like I said before, excellent purchase again, and that's Gris Charnel's Extrait. The next fragrances that I want to talk about are from a specific house. I had to pick up one of the fragrances because it's been sitting on my list of fragrances that I wanted to purchase for a while. And the first fragrance that I want to talk about is Ambra Calabria. So this fragrance from Nishane, which if you're not familiar with Nishane's fragrances, they're from Istanbul, and their projection, longevity, and fragrance overall has been so great on all of the fragrances that I have. At some point, I'm going to go back and do a video on all of my Nishane fragrances and which one is my favorite, counting down. But this fragrance is a very, very beautiful fragrance. The notes in this include bergamot up top. You're gonna get green leaves and galbanum. Then in the mid, you're gonna get coriander and jasmine. And then in the base, there's going to be amber, vanilla, and musk. So what does that smell like on skin? I'm actually going to spray a fresh spray. And honestly, I've been wearing this for the past couple of weeks, and I absolutely love this fragrance. Upon fresh smell, you're going to get kind of this clean, floral, soapy type of smell. I think that comes in again from the green leaves, the bergamot, that citrus up top is so nice. And the way that this is, I would say the way it's formulated, the way that they mix this, it is so nice. You also get a little bit of this, I would say an exotic lotion. So if you were tanning, it kind of gives me that tanning lotion vibe with, like I said before, the florals, the bergamot, the green leaves that's in here. Overall, beautiful fragrance. This one lasts me about 6 hours. Overall, I get a really big projection on this. You know what? I would say somewhere like 6 to 7 hours total from what I've tested so far within the last couple of weeks. But I think this one is an excellent fragrance for the summertime, as soon as it gets hot in Chicago, because we have some crazy weather here. It could be, I think today it's raining and it's very gloomy today. A week ago it snowed, and then we had a day where it was 80 degrees. So as soon as the weather figures out what it wants to do, I am definitely gonna be wearing this summer. So again, this one is Ambra Calabria. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is a fragrance that I did a complete blind buy for. And I did a lot of research online just trying to figure out how this fragrance smelled overall. But overall, an excellent deal that I got from Maxaroma. They had one of their max days where they took 50% off almost on this fragrance. But this fragrance is Zenne. So Zenne is this beautiful, bright, juicy, kind of fruity fragrance overall. Let me show you what the bottle looks like. The bottle is so beautiful. I love the way that they do their bottles, and like I said before, the smell itself is so nice. I'm gonna spray a spray so I can just remember what it smells like on skin. But this one, along with Ambra Calabria, was done by Jorge Lee, and I feel that this fragrance is so good. So this fragrance has black currant, rhubarb, and grapefruit up top. And that's what I get in the beginning. That blast of the grapefruit, rhubarb, and that black currant makes this not overly sweet, which is very, very nice for this fragrance. Then you're going to get Turkish rose, which I start to smell a little bit of that rose in the fragrance. The sandalwood and gardenia as well give this a light floral vibe. And then you're gonna get vanilla, ambergris, and musk overall in this fragrance. So some of the comments that I've read on Fragrantica, they kind of said that this smells like, it smells like a woman that is, that wears a lot of fragrances, and then she goes and she hugs a man who's also wearing a lot of fragrances. And I honestly don't agree with that. I think that overall this fragrance has a very unique vibe to it. I think the gardenia, the rhubarb, and the black currant give this kind of a, it's a not weird, but it is, and also not necessarily off-putting as well, but it's different. It's something different than what I've worn. It's something different than what I've smelled as well. Most fragrances out there are just, to me, sweet, floral, and then you get woody. Where this is more of a sweet floral, of course, but then you're getting the rhubarb note, which I haven't smelled rhubarb in many fragrances. So it gives me this vibe of, wow, what is that? I'm constantly smelling my arm, asking myself, what is this overall? But what a great fragrance. I think great also for spring and summer. I would not wear this in like the dead heat of summer. That I would say for Ambra Calabria or Oolong Cha. Both of those fragrances are great when it's really hot. This one, I would say, I would go 80 and below for this fragrance overall, because it can get a little sticky. If you overspray, it probably could make you, probably could make everybody go crazy in your area. But overall, a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Again, this one is Zenne. The final fragrance that I want to talk about, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a 2022, or I'm sorry, a 2020 launched fragrance. And this one is either called Iggy or Iggy. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, so if you know the pronunciation, please let me know in the comments down below. But this fragrance has really taken me, or given me, some time to kind of think about some of the fragrances that are in my collection. And this one is very different than anything that I have in my collection. That's because the top notes include violet leaves, yuzu and anise. So the way that this fragrance kind of smells up top is you get this yuzu, which is bright, then you get kind of this I don't know, a little bit of this dirtiness, and I don't know if that's from like violet leaves or I know the anise should not cause that smell to me, but I'm gonna spray this on. And I get like a little bit of this almost, it's like a slight dirtiness, but then all of a sudden I get like the basil, the mint, and the cardamom, which is in the mid of this fragrance. And then ultimately in the base, you're gonna get licorice and olibanum. This fragrance almost has a eucalyptus vibe to it as well, but I think this would be very good for the summertime as well. It has almost like a slight medicinal vibe, not a stinky medicinal, but just kind of like a minty basil eucalyptus type of vibe. Very different than anything else that I have in my fragrances. Overall, I have to give this a little bit more time, but I don't think this was a bad purchase at all. Between both of these fragrances, I'm getting 10 plus hours easily. This fragrance, I haven't gotten any compliments by no means, but a lot of times I wear fragrances just to kind of put myself in a good vibe or in a good place. So overall, I think an excellent purchase for me. If you do see this one on sale, or if you want to test it out, I believe that you can go on different sites and get testers of this. I would say test all of these, do not blind buy. I just blind bought because I thought the price was right at the time. So thank you again for checking out my video. I really do appreciate you. And until the next video, have a blessed day and take care.